How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2. And I don't know what to make of that, to be quite honest with you. I think the injury to Gabriel in the second half completely changed the game, because until that point, we were the better side. We were so dominant. Liverpool didn't impress me in any way, shape or form. I kept hearing all week about how they were going to turn up to the Emirates and be this dominant side, and they were going to pull us to pieces because we had so many injuries and, you know, problems within the team. And bar Alisson, they were full strength. Full strength. But yet what I witnessed, bang average. Not a good side at all. Do I think they'll go on and win the Premier League? No. I'm adamant that we're still winning the Premier League. It's just, when you concede the way that we did. If buts and maybes. Gabriel don't get injured. That goal doesn't happen because you haven't got Kirior at left centre-back. You know, Miles Lewis-Skelly came on. I thought he'd done well against Mo Salah. Jurriën Timber cramped up. We knew that was going to happen anyway. And I go right back to where it started from, with Martinelli losing the ball so cheaply down the other end when we had a break. And it's literally one pass by Trent. And if you watch the involvement of Kirior and that, it's, just please go away. Go away. Please, please, please go away. Crystal Palace, come in and buy him. Do the same thing that you did with Rob Holding. Just take him away. And I'm going to briefly speak about the officials, okay? Because I'm not going to sit here and say the officials are at fault for us not winning the game. But once again, you're left scratching your head at the officials in this country. Now, let me just put this into perspective for you, okay? We all watch European games during the week. Champions League, Europa League, etc. How many of those games do we watch and you don't even notice the referees there? It's all about the two teams playing. It's not about me. What can I do? What can I do? There's no major controversies. And don't get me wrong, even European referees will get a decision wrong. There might be a mistake. There might be a contentious moment. But every single week, there's something in the Premier League with our referees. You only have to look at the games over the course of this weekend, some of the decisions. You look at last weekend. I'm looking at today's games as well, right? And I see an incident in the Crystal Palace game against Spurs with Van der Ven. And it's another Saliba incident. This is even worse because he's that close to goal with nobody around. Yellow card. No intervention, no nothing. Inconsistencies. Absolute bang average. Look at the Manchester United game against West Ham and the penalty. And then you can go to this game against Liverpool and you look at the tackle by Konate in the first half. That was worse than the tackle by De Ligt on Danny Ings, I think it was, that West Ham got a penalty. It's consistency. This country, the officiating is a shambles. A shambles. I get the tribalism and wanting the team that you don't like to, and it's funny and all the rest of it, yeah? But until everybody joins together as one and says this ain't acceptable anymore and that you won't have it anymore, then nothing's ever going to change. Any of you growing up, young lads growing up, even if you're not young, if you ever want to get a job where you're not held accountable, where you can make mistakes and where there will be no repercussions for your mistakes and you get paid a ton of money, go and be a referee. It's that simple. The incident in this one, and my question is, first and foremost, it's never ever a foul, okay? And we're talking about the incident right at the end where we scored, but he's blown before we actually put the ball in the net. Now, we've all seen it. We've all seen it. Where a moment happens and the ref lets it develop, sees it, whatever it might be, and then VAR can get involved or not, or whatever it might be. He never blew his whistle immediately for a foul. It was a really good jump. Won the ball. Havertz then goes through, lifts it over the keeper, and then he blows his whistle. And I'm like, hold on a minute. You've let him go through, put the ball over his head, and then think, oh no, Arsenal might score, better blow my whistle. Because once you blow the whistle, even if the ball goes in, it can't be referred to VAR. You've got to give what the referee's given. Any other referee or any other team, I will say, that game is allowed to continue. The ball goes in and then they sort out what they want to do with it. And then right at the end, it's literally the last kick of the game. We get the most blatant corner. Now, I know that everybody could sit there and say it's a corner. It's not like a penalty or something like that. We already know that from set pieces how unbelievable we are. That could be like a penalty. It's the last moment of the game. A chance to put the cross in the box and score a winning goal. It's not even difficult. It's on the linesman's side as well. Everybody can see it. And he's given a goal kick. How do you miss such simple, basic things? How? And then they're going to Mike Dean in the studio. Oh, well, oh, shut up, you fucking prick. Crap referee, crap pundit, fuck off. Stop making these fucking clowns fucking famous. Fucking shit. And then you can even go to the first half and you can ask a question about Virgil van Dijk. Should he have got a booking at least for what looks like a kick out on Kai Havertz? I've never really seen Virgil van Dijk lose his cool, but he did in that moment. Come on. So, yeah, look, listen. I think the one thing that we'll be looking at and worrying about, of course, is injuries. Gabriel, how serious is that? When you see a player holding their knee and everything else, you start to worry. The bonus is that William Saliba's missing not because of injury, but suspension, and he's back for the next game. Although I think we got Preston, haven't we, in the Carabao Cup, so he won't be playing in that. Absolutely no chance. So we know he's going to be back. Jurriën Timber, I think he's fine. It's just cramp. And that's a simple issue. I thought Ben White was excellent at right centre-back. I thought Thomas Partey at right-back was superb. And he had Diaz in his pocket. And yeah, listen, overall, I think Saka, tired towards the end, which is understandable. But in that first half, he had Robertson on toast, didn't he? And you look at that first goal. At the end of the day, he sent him back to Glasgow for a deep-fried Mars bar. Absolutely left him on his bum. And that's why we love Bukayo Saka so much. That is why he's so important to this team. And everybody else is petrified of him. They know how good he is. And within a blink of an eye, bang, good night. And yeah, listen, Moreno gets the second goal. Should have had a goal before that. But I feel the biggest concern for me is the injuries at the moment. I'm actually glad that Mikel Arteta has gone out and bought 400 fucking centre-backs, because at the moment we need as many defenders as we can get, because they seem to be where everybody's getting injured. But yeah, I just, it's such a frustrating one, because I do genuinely believe that if Gabriel doesn't get injured, we go on and win that game. So it's frustrating, and that's the thing. And, what I will look at and I will say is that, in comparison to Man City, for example, Liverpool will lose games. Liverpool will drop points. I didn't rate them at all. And that's just my honest opinion. Everyone was talking about what they were going to come and do, like I said, but they didn't. And the onus was more on them, even though we were at the Emirates, because of the injuries and everything else. That's like, you know, Liverpool losing Van Dijk and Mo Salah for the game. Like, with no Odegaard and no Saliba. Like, and then you lose Kanate during the game as well. Like, come on, seriously. But yeah, I feel a bit dejected and a little bit disappointed, because you hope that we can see it out and we can, you know, get the 3 points, and it would have been a massive 3 points. But listen, in the grand scheme of things, the context of it, the most important thing is not losing. We've got some big away games coming up with Chelsea, Newcastle. And let's not even think that we got Inter Milan in between that in the Champions League as well. But yeah, when you're looking at, what are we, towards the ends of October, and we played Liverpool, we played Villa, we've played Man City, we've played Spurs, you know, and we're just about to play Chelsea and Newcastle, and those are predominantly the top 6 kind of teams that you look at where you go, okay, tough games. And 5 of them, after we played Chelsea and Newcastle, would have been away from home. Only Liverpool being the one at home. And no, I'm not including Manchester United in that list. Sorry, they're way too far down the table for me to be including them. Nah. We'll leave that for another day. But listen, like I said, I feel a little dejected, but at the same time, we didn't lose. Given the situation, the injuries, and what happens with Gabriel as well, you just take the point and we move on. And it's as simple as that, really. So, yeah, we're still winning the league. And I stand by that with my chest. Simple. So listen, let me know in the comment section what you think about the game. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.